Well, hello there, YouTube. Got a bright light in my face, but that's alright. You may notice a little strangeness in the headgear here. Well, that makes it easier for me to use a little bit more hand motion. That way I'm not doing this all the time. So, welcome to Cookin Basic Multimedia Shack. I think that's what I'm going to call it. And I'm here to give you a DVD and Blu-ray update. I will caution you, this isn't going to be real long due to lack of funds over the past month, but I think I'll probably have something about every month to show you guys. But we'll go ahead and get started. First off, of course, all these only have is 3 Blu-rays and 1 DVD to show you guys. The 3 Blu-rays I picked up at Blockbuster about a month ago. Blockbuster in Marion, Indiana. It is going out of business. The final date for that is March 15th. And I've learned that the Blockbuster in Muncie is also going out of business due to Blockbuster's bankruptcy filing. But the first one up here is the Ultimate Director's Cut of The Warriors, which is, this is the first time I actually watched this on YouTube. Someone had, did some illegal stuff, but I watched it, this version. This is pretty good for the 70s. I thought it did add to the story with the new comic book-like graphics and the whole intro at the beginning. And again, there's the back of it. And of course, these came from Blockbuster. They usually come in regular DVD cases when they do so. And so I purchased some Blu-ray cases about a month ago. The only downside is they don't have the Blu-ray logo at the top, but still, blue case. Yeah, The Warriors, Director's Cut, back to that. Great movie. Again, a movie I wouldn't show the little kiddies until they're much older. It is, you can't see it, but it is rated R and well deserving. But this is definitely a dude's movie. If you're gonna have a guy's night out movie, definitely The Warriors would be a good one. Next one up is The Road. I heard a lot of good reviews on this movie. Never had the chance to see it, but mostly because I'm mostly of a mainstream guy, and I'm not big on independent movies or art films. Well, I guess, let me rephrase that. I am on independent films that make it big, and I've watched some reviews of people like Sean C. Phillips talk about this movie. This is a really good movie. The story's about Viggo Mortensen, and it takes place in this post-apocalyptic world, and it's him and his son searching through this finding stuff to live on, and they're trying to get to this destination. And of course the whole world is burnt up. I don't think we really know what really happened to the world, but they're forced to survive, to finding anything they can, food, shelter wise. And there's a whole other group of people that are, well, this is in spoiler territory. Caution, spoiler alert, spoiler. You're in spoiler territory. Okay, good. The other people that, what they call are evil people, they're cannibals, and I'm not going to spoil everything about what you see, but it does get pretty graphic in some areas. But it's also got Robert Duvall in this film. And Charlize Theron. It's very well, very well acted and performed. Um, I don't know. It's This is really good. Do check this out if you hadn't seen it yet. The Road on Blu-ray. It looks good. Same with the Warriors here. It it has a fairly good look to it. The only thing with the Warriors is I think this came from the HD DVD masters, so it may suffer a little bit because you may or may not know, about 2007, Paramount signed a contract that they were going to be HD DVD exclusive. And of course, some filmmakers who were in the favor of blue were really, really upset about that. But yeah, do have a look at that, and also The Road. Last Blu-ray here is Be Kind Rewind. Everyone pretty much knows this story. It's Jack Black and Mos Def. How Mos Def works at this video rental store that still rents VHS tapes. Question: why is there still a video store that still rents VHS only? Come on, think about it. But anyway, funny idea behind it. Mos Def, he works at this video rental store, and Jack Black, who's his best buddy, lives across the street, and he works at this I don't know what it is, kind of a junkyard, and somehow he becomes magnetized, and he walks into the store and he erases all the videotapes. And of course, if you know anything about videotape and magnetics, and static electricity will erase a VHS tape. And of course, he just touches them, and he of course does what's known as bulk erasing. The VHS tape, that's actually the technical term, is bulk erase a tape. And there's this one old lady who frequently rents at the store. They panic if she wants to rent the movie Ghostbusters, and so they panic and get together. They find this old VHS camcorder, and they say, you know what, with aluminum foil and scotch tape, let's do our own version. And it turns out it's a big hit with the community. I'm not going to tell you what else happens, but some other stuff happens. They do several movies. Ghostbusters, 2001, Space Odyssey, RoboCop, several other movies. It's funny to see how they do it. And the last one I picked up about a couple weeks ago at Big Lots. I've been looking for this. It's long out of print. I picked this up at Big Lots for $3, and it's Young Guns 2. I know, of course, you can always find Young Guns 1, but never Young Guns 2. Now, I got a feeling that this will never come out on Blu-ray for some reason. It's because this is played on TV all the time. I mean, it's part of a syndicated package. But for some reason, I always like this one better than Young Guns 1. Probably because of the song by John Bon Jovi. Blaze of Glory is the name of the song. But it stars Emilio Estevez, Kiefer Sutherland, Lou Diamond Phillips, and Christian Slater. And basically this tells the story of, or what is believed story of, Billy the Kid and Pat Garrett. And supposedly the legend of how Billy the Kid was finally killed and brought to justice, and how he escaped several times, but how Pat Garrett eventually killed him. And it still to this day remains a mystery whether he was killed or he was let go, and whether his assassination was faked and he was let go and went under an alias. because there's this whole scene where at the beginning, he's an old man, and he's going under the name of Bill Roberts, and brushy Bill Roberts, and he says, "I want to be pardoned by the governor of New Mexico for the killing of 22 men." And they never clarify that as fact or fiction. It just said to this day it still remains a mystery whether he is who he is. But yeah, Young Guns 2. I've been looking for this for quite some time. I always see Young Guns 1. Even Young Guns 1 is brought out on Blu-ray. I don't think they're going to do that with Young Guns 2 for some reason. It just never caught on. But I picked this up at Big Lots for $3, and I saw it. I thought, yo, I gotta get this, because this is one I always liked watching. So that's it for Me to You to Now. Check in next month. I may have something else. I'm still waiting on my tax return, so to see what I can come up with. Maybe I'll find some good bargains. I know there's a bunch of stuff here. Why don't you look at me while I'm talking to you? There's still a lot of stuff on my wish list. At the Blockbuster in Marion, I did want to pick up Cars, but I put it back because it just ticked me off. That Blockbuster's prices are not always the best. Well, what stunk about that is if you find a Blockbuster that is closing, do some investigation on what the prices are, because the prices vary on Blu-ray from movie to movie. All DVDs are $9.99. Blu-rays, it depends on what movie it is. Like, for example, I went to pick up Cars. Guess how much? $16.99. Little ridiculous in a standard DVD case, which is half of what they originally wanted. If you went to Best Buy or something like that. But $16.99. The excuse was, it's a Disney Blu-ray. And I picked up 2 other Disney Blu-rays, and they were half of that. Matter of fact, not even a half that. They were a third of that. But that's from Me to You now. This is Cookin Basic, saying sayonara.